video on Facebook? Not yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going tonight? We are the
movies cars. I got the whole thing.
Oh wow. Okay. We're gonna be right back. Hold on a second.
Oh please.
Oh man.
Come on in if you want. Have them on the air. Your guys' cars are all right.
Oh, okay. Experiencing some technical difficulties.
Wait, which car's got to be moved? Mine.
Gentleman was highly intoxicated, took out a telephone pole.
Yo. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Welcome to the MILITIA Power Hour. Well, as always, we're behind the bar with Bill. See me back in a minute. Funny story. We witnessed a really bad car accident right out in front of our studio. Drunk driver hit the telephone pole, split it in half, so literally everyone's outside. Firefighters, cops, guys getting arrested. Literally fucked up shit happens when we're around all the time. Don't know if that's good or bad, but we got an awesome show for you tonight. We're going to be talking to the legendary Lloyd Hemingway, Army Ranger, Metal Militia OG. We got an awesome giveaway again, and we're going to be talking about all badass things powerlifting. So, yo, Aaron, you want to hit that intro?
Now that's how you start a baby.
Yeah, I just was like, where's the car accident?
No. Are we still live or not?
Yeah, we're live.
Someone farted. It stinks.
Yo, so let's just talk about what happened here for a second, Bill, now that you're back inside.
All right.
First, all right, cheers.
Cheers. One of the cameras has the longest cord on it.
I don't know. They're all pretty
How
short.
How far will that cord right there reach?
Well, if we took it off the mount.
Actually, you know what? Pull up that video on your phone you took.
I'm trying to do that right now.
No, I mean, like, just pull it on your phone and give me the phone. Hey, can you switch it to my camera?
So we had a head-on collision on the road out in front of the podcast, and the dude
Got a telephone pole.
guy broke a telephone pole in half. Hold it right up to the camera a little more. There you go. You can see right there. So you see Young Buck's car out there. Fireball red Camaro, hot, taken now, ladies. So it is what it is.
Leave me alone.
But notice the car up in the snowbank, devastated. And down the street, we now have National Grid outside.
Because he hit the fucking line.
Yeah. So
He's fucked.
Yeah, that was something right there.
And he just happened to be a guy that I know.
Young Buck trained him today.
Dude, I really walk up, I'm like, you alright, man? He goes, it's me. I Americanized. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Hammered.
Yeah, front row. Why is mine echoing so much?
Just try turning it down a little bit. Which one's yours?
Check.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, so pretty eventful. Like, we were talking over the weekend.
Christ,
We were
dude.
working, Bill. Just kind of follows you. I'm around, so I see some of it.
So, well, no. What's happening is
it's rubbing off on
it
me.
Is. It's rubbing off on
Damn. Yeah.
Damn.
You think?
We're not circling back, baby. We're not going to circle around. So, this guy out in front of the podcast smashed up a fucking hit a telephone pole, sheared it right in half. Guys wedged up on fucking rocks, burning the car, trying to get away. It's going live out there right now. I literally was going to take the... Fuck, can you shine that camera outside so the...
I don't know how far it's...
We'll see where the cord goes.
Oh, yeah, no, that does not go far.
Yeah. A little chili dipper right there. Excited. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great show tonight. We got a very special guest that we're going to be bringing on the show in a minute. The cops are been coming in, and because there's apparently the power lines are... So we may have some firemen and some cops we'll have on the podcast maybe tonight. If they're down for it, we'll go live.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Jesus, I hope they don't come in. I mean, we're drinking liquor. This guy just crashed his fucking car. You know, that ain't good. Probably not really.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Well, who knows what's in this right here? I mean,
it could be Gatorade.
Dude, there's nothing left,
could be
really.
BCAAs, a protein shake. No one really knows, you know.
Anyways.
So, yeah, so, I mean, that was just kind of crazy. I know the guy. Like you said, I literally trained him this morning, and he's like, I'd say you're in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, you.
Bill witnessed my former MP voice come out.
It really did. I was like, I actually am like, Buck, calm down. You're getting.
Yeah, literally, he's like, hey,
calm down, baby.
He gave me the pat. He's like, you're all right, bud.
Well, I mean, it's a stressful situation. So
can I drive away? No, you can't drive away.
Yeah, but then the guy was arguing with you, going, you know, you're like, you can't drive away, and don't tell me what to do, bro. Your car is 10 feet off the road on top of a 4-foot tall bull. I told you it's not going to be able to get you the fuck out of here. Let alone you burn a car fucking suspended in the air. And by the way, he fucking hit a pole and sheared it. Did you get that video footage loaded yet?
I already showed it on the camera.
Yeah, that's not the same, though. I wanted the good foot. And, Paul, by the way, you need some fucking better skills at shooting videos. It's terrible. It's like you can't even see anything. Anyways.
Jesus.
What the hell's going on here? What do we got?
Where are we talking? I'm just making sure Lloyd got it. We're good to go.
All right. Cool. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so, hey, it's Friday. Had a good bench workout. Bill went up there, fucking crushed.
I did work every day. Which, by the way, I wanted to tell everybody, look, if I haven't been getting back to you lately, like right away, like normal, and you keep fucking sending me messages, I've been working in a garage, a 2-bedroom apartment above it. It's a 30 by 50 garage. It's a big fucking building. That's why. I've been working my ass off on it. That's why I haven't gotten back to you. But, I mean, it is what it is, so don't stress.
All right. Yeah, so text him ready to go.
I think we're about ready to go here. We didn't know music. What's going on? We got a bad vibe. This guy.
It's a hell of a way to start
up his fucking car. Got me all fucking like wired and weird, and then we start the show. The fire department fucking comes to the door, and there's power line hanging over your car.
Move the cars.
Move the cars. Jesus Christ.
I don't even know, dude.
Cops are out there rubbing their hands together. Yeah.
We got one, boys.
Baby.
We got one. Actually, the one cop I know from high school, Donnie Long.
You hit a home run off of him. Yeah,
in JV baseball when I was a freshman. Fucking literally, and the ball was outside, and I still pulled it. Got around.
Do you know what? What's kind of all right? This is a little funny, a little weird. I don't know how you want to say this, but
yeah.
So that guy knows. I have no idea who that dude is.
Yeah.
I met him once. Probably with you or whatever. Yeah. But he's like, "Hey, Bill, what's going on?" You know him. Yeah. Why didn't he say, "Hey, Nick, what's going on?"
Well, he said he looked at me, and goes, "It's me." I was like, "Oh yeah, all right."
And I'm like, "Hey, Bill, what's going on?" And he's like, "Hey, Bill, what's going on?" Yeah. I'm like, "Fucking."
Hey, look, he's up on the screen.
Damn. All right, let's roll with this man.
Lloyd, can you hear us?
I got you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Just chilling out here at home and
Lloyd,
being on board with you guys.
You don't look like you're in Florida right now.
Kind of ironic. Today I got the appreciate it, guys. What a great honor.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Did you like the company that I had make that coin? Is the same company that makes the coins for the military. It's the same company. It's ICMA Colorado coin or whatever it is. It's the same company that makes the coins for the special forces. And I don't know if you looked at the minting on it. It's a casted die. It's not just engraved.
I'll show it to you.
Let's see
Here
it.
it is. Let me move this. I got to put. Well, as you can see, my office is. Those of
awesome.
You guys that know me, I'm a diehard Harley Davidson guy. I own a lot of Harleys. I actually just bought my first Indian, but on my table here, let's find it. But I do have on that table. It has a distinct place of honor in my home here. There it is. There's my Ranger statue. There's my coin. There's the mug. So I'm very proud of it. You know, when you leave the military, it's always a tough transition for us coming out of there. Anyone that's served can tell you the camaraderie, the friendship, the brotherhood. You miss that. Now, one thing that I have found by being out of there, when I reached out to Bill so many years ago, you know, the brotherhood that we have together with this organization is second to none. It's, you know, if you need somebody, they're there. It doesn't matter. You don't have to call every day. You don't have to call every month. It's just one phone call away. That's the way I've always been with Bill. And, you know, I'm forever grateful for all of you guys. And I'm very honored to be a part of this tradition.
The one thing that I've always enjoyed about my friendship with you, Lloyd, is it always seems like whenever we talk, we could go 6 months, a year, 2 years without seeing each other. Whenever we see each other, we always have a big smile on our face. We give each other a hug, and we pick up right where we left off. No pressure. We just have a really good, solid friendship. We've just been really good friends for a real long time. I very much appreciate the way that our friendship is.
Well, you know what? It goes back to the early 2000s. You know, and I don't know if you guys know the story of this thing, but
let's hear it.
I had a bully at our gym, at a local gym. I was just recently, really not long retired out of the Ranger Battalion, and I called Bill C. He was on the cover of a magazine article. The guys at the local gym go, "You're going to call this guy? He's a normal guy like us." "Yeah, I'm going to call him." Well, come to find out, we had a lot in common. He says, "You come up here." So I took a crew of us, drove up there, and Bill and I have been brothers ever since. I mean, it's just, honestly, I'm from Boston. I live down in Florida now after living in Minnesota for a lot of years. Excuse me. It's just, man, I'm just honored, man, and honored to have Bill as such a dear friend. Again, he's, you can't ask for a better guy, more stand-up guy to head one of the largest organizations in the world. And those of you that are watching here, to be affiliated with this organization, you've got a brotherhood here. These people will have your back no matter what. I've seen people come and go from this sports. Again, I had a bully bullying us at this gym. "I'm going to win the biggest bench. I'm going to win this. I'm going to do that." I'm like, "Yeah, the hell you are. I'm going to learn from the best." I went to New York, came back, demolished that guy, buried him. He wasn't even within 100 pounds. And I owe that all to the guys up there. You know, and it's not just Bill. It's the other guys that were up there that friended us while we were there. And, I remember McVicker, Jeff. You talk about brotherhood, man. I ran into McVicker down at Carp's place in Dubuque, which I sponsored a lot of Carp's meets. And I go down there, and lo and behold, in the weigh-in room is McVicker. You want to talk about brotherhood? McVicker and I glanced at each other, and it was on. We hugged each other. It's that tight. We hadn't seen each other. I bet you it hadn't been 10 years. But you know what? We're part of the same crew, and we're part of the same brotherhood. So, honestly, it was at a place I wasn't comfortable, and I loved Carp to death. He's a dear friend also. But when I saw McVicker, I knew I was okay. I was with the right guys. I don't know if McVicker remembers that, but again, that was down at Carp's place in Dubuque. I brought a few lifters down there, and
I can tell you, I can speak for Jeff. Jeff doesn't forget anything. The way that he acts and everything else, he's one of the most honorable dudes I've ever known in my entire life. I drove 8 hours to celebrate his 50th birthday with him, and turned right around and drove 8 hours back home. That's how much I love that dude. So, so now, Lloyd, when you first got involved and you started coming out to the club, we went out to Minnesota. Remember, I got the flu when I went out there. Remember how sick I got? Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
I still dragged myself to that fucking gym and all that stuff, but boy, that was fucking tough. And then remember when I was flying home, we had that big snowstorm and they rerouted us down to. We went to instead of Albany, we had to fly into Syracuse. I called one of my buddies to come pick us up out there, but. So in your trips up when you met Mike Miller and all the guys earlier on, talk a little bit about like how the club was back in the day and how people acted and how just some of the discrepancies, I guess, and the differences between powerlifting back then and powerlifting now. Not that now is bad and back then was good. It's just a little bit different.
Everybody's for everybody, man. When I went up there, you meet a guy like Mike Miller, and Mike. Mike and I haven't talked in a long, long time. But I will tell you this. If Mike and I ran into each other, or whatever, if Mike said, Lloyd, I need you in PA, which I actually went to high school in PA, I'll be there. It's a phone call away. And that's the brotherhood, and that's the way it should be. I remember Bill and Mike coming down to Minnesota. It was great to have them there. Another name that I will not mention, but here we got another guy in the gym that I actually became good friends with that's competing at that level, and then I bring these guys down to kind of help us out. Well, we had to take one of the militia guys and put him in the action because the guys were talking smack. So here's one of our militia guys who had done no training other than training with Bill up in New York. We put a shirt on. You remember this, Bill?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we end up beating the guy by 5 pounds.
Yep.
And we walk away. Because the guy was so cocky in that environment. Now that lifter that we competed against, I ended up becoming good friends with.
Yep.
We ended up passing away.
Yep.
And we mended the fences. But you call the game on, the militia guys answered. That's the way it is, and that's the way it was back then. And I honestly believe that's the way it's going to be today. I honestly believe that brotherhood, as I see everybody on Facebook, when young Buck and Kyle was on a ship somewhere, reached out to me, boy, can we get you on the podcast? Man, and Bill knows this. I don't take time away from my dealership very often, but when this organization called and said they wanted me, I said I'm leaving early today. I've got some brothers that I need to be on a podcast with tonight, and that's what I'm doing tonight. So I'm having a beer. I got the box today from Bill, ironically enough. What a day for that to happen. But, you went up to Pennsylvania. You go up to Pennsylvania, you go up to New York, you go up to the Adirondack Mountains, and you get with Bill Crawford. You are with such a unique group of individuals that they're all for one and one for all. And that's what you got to love about it. They embraced me as if I was a part of that organization forever. And these were the infant stages of the militia.
But do you remember, though? Remember when we were young and we were talking? I used to tell you all the time what my plan was about how we were going to go about doing all this. And earlier on, I've had conversations with Mike Miller and obviously Jeff and some of the older guys too. And this was kind of the fruition. I wish that we could have made it happen the way that it is now, 15 years ago. But I guess sometimes it just takes time, to get to where you need to get to. But I remember having conversations with you in the lobby of that one hotel up by when you came up to Queensbury. We were shooting the shit, and I'm like, bro, this club is going to become massive someday. We're going to control it, and bring it along and kind of pat it on its ass and treat it like a child until it gets big enough so it can take care of itself. And it really has now. Now it's massive. We got 5,000 members and we're worldwide. It's we got what do we got? Italy, we got Slovakia, we got Sweden, we got Australia, we got 25, Arizona, 30 chapters in America. It's just it's really blown up. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, man.
I don't know where Lloyd's. You still there, Lloyd?
We lost him. Get him back.
Yeah, I don't. She's try calling him or something. I don't know how Zoom works. Something probably on his end. Maybe his internet could have
had to turn it off on his end.
Oh, all right. Well, until we get him back, we can. You want to call him on the phone?
Yeah, not you. Somebody call him on the phone.
No.
What's going on over here?
Here, it's ringing.
Oh, he's coming back on.
Oh, okay. All right, you can stop.
Lloyd, we lost you for about a minute there.
I'll take you back.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, what happened was I was going to turn you around and show you the picture of this Tiger Woods poster in the bag that my father got from him, but I look back at the days that I was going up there and meeting with Mike and everybody else, Bobby Fields.
Remember how big the Arnold Classic used to be? Remember that?
As I'm seeing these young guns grow up, and I say young guns because now I'm looking at these pro golfers, the Rory McIlroy and those guys. Well, we got Young Buck,
Oh, yeah.
We got Kyle. We got so many young guys coming up. They're a lot more digitally savvy than, at the social media than we are. So I think they have an easier way, Bill, to reach out to more people and get them involved in the organization. And they have done a knockout job of doing that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not a tech savvy guy. I'm a field operative. I'm like you are. It's just the nature of how I am as a person. I work with my hands and so forth. Everybody, the nice thing about this club is everybody, we use everyone's strengths, and where other ones are weak, we bring people along. Like Bobby Joe is awesome at doing administration work. I'm terrible at it. She has access to all of my bank accounts. I mean, she could literally take all the money out of the. But I don't know how to do that kind of stuff. And you're right, Lloyd. All the young guys, they're just so internet savvy, and how fast they can send messages and stuff. I watch Nick and Paulie and all these guys. They're so fucking good at it. It's unbelievable. And the technology is definitely moving, at least the communication part of it. And making us be able to go worldwide really, really fast. And, like I said, we really are moving at an alarming rate. And, it is what it is. We treat people well, and we're selective of the people that we allow into the club. You and I actually recently had a private conversation. We don't need to talk about the content of the conversation, but, I reached out to you. I said, what do you think? You said, I don't know. What do you think? And I said, this is this, and you said what you said, and I said, all right, man, and you know what I'm talking about, and it is what it is. We're selective of the people that we involve in this organization.
Well, here's somebody you'll remember, Bill. Here, I'm gonna bring here. You haven't seen this person in a long time, so come on over here, Steph.
Steph,
there she is.
What are you doing with this guy still? This old broken down Bronco. What are you doing with him?
I am broken down.
20 years.
20 years.
Damn, congratulations. 20 years.
I remember coming out to your guys' place in Minnesota. Remember, Lloyd, I don't know what motorcycle you had. You had you might have had a Fat Boy. You're like, take this sumbitch up the road. What was it? What was it?
The 2001 CVO Road Glide.
It was a big bike, though. I remember riding it going, Jesus, this son of a bitch is big.
Oh, yeah, man. I've still got a CVO. I got a 15 CVO Street Glide sitting at my home in Arizona. I've actually got a Road Glide here, and I just picked up an Indian Challenger. but I've been having a problem with India because they delivered it to me with a dead battery. So the bike's got 7 miles on it. I've got that sitting down. You know, what I would hope one day is that, you know, we've got Daytona Bike Week down here. You know, we want one day we all just ship the bikes down and we go over there for a week.
I have some good news for you, sir. We do that a lot. We have a guy that ships our bikes, and we fly. You know, Bobby Kellogg has his own helicopter, and you know we ship bikes all over the place. We went out to Erie. We shipped the bikes out there. It was a good time. Love to bring the bike. I mean, I don't really want to ride around a bunch of idiots, but you know, we come down there with you. You show us the outskirts. You know where to.
You know, I'm pretty much on an island down here by myself. You know, I came down here after 25 years in Minnesota. I don't have a lot of friends. I partnered in a dealership down here.
With your daughter, correct? What's the name of the dealership that you got? What's the name of your business?
McKinsey Buick GMC. Yeah.
Sweet.
So we're in Milton, Florida, right next to Pensacola.
Oh yeah.
Lisa's the owner. You know, the story about that store was she was. My daughter works for her, and you know, talk about a brotherhood and that. The owner got sick. Lisa got real sick, and they called me up, and I told her, my daughter, if you ever need me, I will come. And then, you know, 20 years at a store up in Minnesota, they called me. We need help. Lisa's sick, and we're having trouble. So I left and came down here. I left everything and came down here because, you know, all you got is your word. So if you give somebody your word, no matter what happens, you've got to do it. I changed my whole life, left everything, even Stephanie and my grandson, and came down here to Florida, and the store is thriving right now.
Now, do you still got a place out in Minnesota, or are you all set out there now?
I do not. We're done out there. We've got a place in Arizona and a place here, and we're right outside of Pensacola Beach. We're literally
don't you also have a place up we're up near Laconia, or you share a place with somebody up there or something?
My family has homes up in.
That's what. Because when we were about 3-4 years ago, we were talking about going to Laconia, and which I would like to do also. Plus, you know, we got the Americade up here, and you know, as I've gotten older, we ride a lot more now. I mean, we pretty much. And in our spare time, we just go out on the bikes and you know, we just ride. That's it.
Buck, you want to go to the metal shop or do you want to go to a motorcycle ride? I'm going to say motorcycle ride.
Yeah, we try to get on the bikes as much as we can. You know, obviously, you know, being a Boston boy, you know the weather in the northeastern region. I think we have about 4 months where we can ride motorcycles without winter jackets on. So that's about the gist of it. But
well, yeah, I'll tell you a story. We're over in Daytona Bike Week. It's about 50 degrees out there, and there we are, and we're riding around with actually T-shirts on, and these guys pull up and they see the Minnesota plates, and I've got a Gulf War veteran plate on the back of my my Road Glide in Minnesota, and the guy goes, "Son of a bitch, you fuckers! I knew you guys were from up north somewhere. You fuckers are tough." So they're wearing leathers, jackets, everything else, and we're riding around with T-shirts.
And you were happy to be doing that because probably back at that time in Minnesota was negative 10.
Yeah.
So Lloyd, real quick, because we don't have a lot of time with you left, just take us through your powerlifting career, the highlights, you know, your biggest lifts, your most enjoyable moments. We're just going to give you an opportunity to talk, and any advice at the end, any advice that you'd give to an up-and-coming lifter, a new person involved in the sport.
You know, I lifted a lot of AAPF meets. You know, that was kind of the non actually tested events. I did it because I knew a lot of people there. You know, of course, Gary Frank. You know, has been a friend for a long time.
Great dude. Stand-up guy.
Remember, this is let it be known here on this forum right now that Andy Fiedler, okay, who I trained with the help of Bill Crawford back in the day. Many of you guys will go back and look at that video from 2004 when we were at the Buick, okay? And Andy hit that 826-pound bench. That's on the internet. It's viral everywhere. I'm the one handing the weight off. let there be no doubt here. During that training cycle and all that, I conferred with Bill nonstop training that very gifted athlete. Now, Andy and I are still good friends. There was some falling out there. I'm not going to elaborate on all of that, but I want to talk about that lift. That was the first time really anybody really smoked that big number in 826. And that was when Scott Mendelson, also a good buddy, happened to be there. And, full circle, I ran into Scott down in 2013 at the Worlds when I'm training Dawn Hickman. And she wins Best Lifter, Masters, and Open down in Las Vegas. Now, one of the things I love about this organization, not only are we competitors, we take our knowledge and we give it to other people. And I'm going to bring another guy up real quick, Scott Nutter. Scott reached out to Bill Crawford and asked him, hey, what?
Just wait.
Go over and see Lloyd. Lloyd's in Minnesota. Scott and I became good friends. You want to talk about somebody?
Dude, that dude's a stand-up guy. I like Scott Nutter a lot.
He's a class act, man. Scott has done so much for the sport. I'm so proud of what he's done with all his, he's a devout Christian guy, and he has really done a lot with his knowledge that he's gained over the years.
Yeah, they do that relentless meet. That's really, really awesome.
Now, as far as for me, my biggest event.
Before you go any further with that, Lloyd, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So, Andy Fiedler hit that 826. What body weight did he do that at?
That was 242.
75.
It might have been 275. Could have been.
Who beat that record?
You did.
Yeah.
When you're here I was. I go down to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. So I'll start with my career. I go down to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Now, I've been smoking everything up in Minnesota. I never even heard of Andy Fiedler. I go down to Eau Claire. Back in the day when you got a denim shirt and we're wetting him down to give him extra strength. And I go there and I'm figuring, okay, I'm going to open up with a 575. And then, then I'll go from there. They don't see that kind of lift back in the day there. All of a sudden, hey, that kid hit a 575. What? So I go, okay, 625. So I nail a 625. Yeah, the kid hit a 625. Again, we never even heard of this guy. Nobody even knows who he is.
He did come out of nowhere, and boy, he was a jacked motherfucker, dude.
I go, no training, no formal training. I nail a 655, and then and back then nobody's even other than Bill and the guys up there, nobody in my area is hitting that kind of lift on the show. Shit, the kid almost hits that. I took him from that point on, and then we trained him.
Oh yeah, we did. We brought him a long way. The story with Andy was, when you brought him a long ways, and then he kind of drifted, and then he's kind of stopped giving you credit, and then he kind of
call it what it is. Let's really call it what it is.
Yeah.
He hit the cover of Monster Muscle magazine. Okay, he hit the cover.
Yep.
Did not mention his sponsors, who we spent thousands of dollars sponsoring.
That was Miller Chevrolet, right?
That's what it was.
Yeah, Miller Chevrolet, yeah.
But you know what? Andy's a stand-up guy.
Oh, yeah.
We're brothers.
Hey, man, I always liked Andy, and when I went to the Arnold Classic and we lifted against each other head to head, before we lifted, I shook his hand and I said, "Man, I wish you the best of luck. But I'm fixing to whoop your ass today." And
he was trained by a militia lifter. Let it be known, he was trained by a militia.
Well, you that was your guy. I mean, you trained him, all the way. But then after, when he left powerlifting, I believe he won the Mr. Minnesota bodybuilding. I mean,
I sponsored him.
But he did. What I'm saying is that dude was a genetic freak. He could do whatever he wanted. I worked. Remember when you guys came up to the club? He did like a 585 raw bench for like a double or a triple raw, wearing nothing but a smile.
Damn. Yeah. Well, in 2005, bottom line, 2005, I went to Saco, Maine, representing the militia. Just for bench. I won biggest bench. I also won best lifter. The trophy's sitting in my office. somewhere in here. But I do have the trophy. Stephanie's got it on the floor over there. So I got best lifter. In 2006, I went down to Gary's place down in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
A bunch of people at our local gym were calling us circus lifters because all we did was bench. I said, well, you know what? I'll train for a full meet. Here's the best lifter trophy. Here's the best lifter trophy from the Nationals back in Saco, Maine in 05. And then I went over to Baton Rouge down to Gary's place and decided I would lift down there. Clay Brandenburg was down there with me. We get woken up in the morning. Hey, you guys are lifting right now. I wasn't even ready. We were supposed to lift in the afternoon. I go there. Now I'm doing a full meet down there because they called us circus lifters. So I had a good deadlifter I know teach me how to deadlift. I had Gennari teach me how to squat.
Jerry Gennari that was his name, right? Jerry Gennari.
Yep. Yeah. So then we went down to Becca's place with Rick Hussey, Jimmy Grandick. Carp was down there.
Oh yeah.
I did a couple warm-up meets before I went to Nationals, and then I went to Nationals as a 275-pounder and smoked everybody, just annihilated them. And Clay was benching there at the time. I remember sitting back there with Clay, and he goes, "Are you ready, Lloyd?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'm good." I went 9 for 9 down there. I believe the world record for the bench still holds in a full meet as the master. I won the Open, but I lifted Masters too. But the Masters bench record still holds in a full meet. So that was kind of it. In 2006, I walked away from the sport. Didn't have any desire to train anyone. 2011, I get a phone call. Dawn wants to learn how to bench press. I said, good, bring her up to Gold's Gym. I'll see what she's got. I'm not going to waste my time. And I said, yeah, she's got the it factor. I trained her for 2 years, took her to Las Vegas. She smoked it all. Got a lot of pictures of her with Scott Mendelson down there in Clay in the group, and it was a great time when she won that overall. But then they got too smart for themselves and thought they could go watch videos and become even more elite lifters. And I haven't heard a lot from them since. So, and I don't talk to them anymore because you know what? Don't
bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Don't forget, you were trained.
Wise words.
You won worlds as a metal militia lifter. Don't forget it, because you were nothing until a militia lifter took you and took the time. And my time is very valuable.
Sure it is.
It would be very rare now for me to give up my time to take on another lifter. I've been asked to give seminars. You know, right now, I've taken 7 months out of the gym just to rest. I watch you guys. I am so honored to be a part of this organization, let alone to be in the Hall of Fame. But we're just love you guys, man. I really do, man. You are a brotherhood that I missed when I left the military. There was something missing in my life. I have that with you guys.
So, Lloyd, before we let you go here, I'd like you to give some advice to, the next generation lifter, not necessarily a newbie, but like the next generation lifter. If you were to give them advice, like, how to pursue their career and whatnot, the do's and the don'ts, what kind of advice would you give to a young lifter?
The biggest thing is dedicate yourself and listen. Listen to your forefathers. Listen to the people that paved the way for this sport. Listen to them. They are all knowledgeable. Bill invented the boards. Bill invented chains. Bill invented bands. Okay? It was these guys that set it up. How did we train our mind to hold this kind of weight? The days of saying, hey, I can do 10 reps with 315. Well, there's video all over the place of me with 10 reps with 315. Okay, I've done that a lot of times. There's a lot of me with 5 reps with 455. That doesn't mean you can bench a 600-pound bench. If you've never touched the weight, your mind doesn't work that way. Listen to your forefathers. Listen to your coaches. And you know what? Give credit to these people. Give credit where credit's due. Give credit. Integrity and ethics is everything. Your word is all you've got. I
agree with that 100%. And let me tell you, the intensity in your voice, it holds iron. the words that you speak and how you speak them holds iron. You're a very, very strong-minded guy. That's why you're so successful in life. That's why you have a beautiful wife. That's why you have a good family. That's why you have nice things, because your words have iron in them. You're not a weak-minded person, and you're not a liar. You're an honorable man, and that's why I've loved you. I never gave a shit about any of the other stuff, other than the fact that when I shook your hand, when you and I have had deals, when I shook your hand, I bought a truck from you. When me and you shook hands, the deal was struck in stone, and that was it, man. And you've always been a very, very honorable guy. And Lloyd, you're one of my closest, dearest friends. We've been friends for a very, very long time. I don't know why your lovely wife stayed with you, because you ugly. You a ugly man.
Why all this hate got to come into play?
There ain't no hate, man. Listen, I'm uglier than you. I'm an ugly man myself. This is one ugly man to another. You got a good-looking woman, and you lucky. That's all I'm saying to you. That's all.
It all comes down to heart.
Oh, well, if you searching for heart, sweetheart, you got the biggest one. That guy right there that you sitting with is the baddest motherfucker I ever met in my whole life. He's just a badass, cool dude. I mean, I'd drink beer with that dude. I would ride motorcycles. I'd lift weights. I'd eat dinner. I'd do anything. That dude is he's the coolest motherfucker. I'd probably top all my closest friends, man. I've been friends with Lloyd for 25, almost 30 years. I love that guy.
Well, you know what we've been through with the people screwing us over in this sport.
Sure.
Bill, it's what happened, you know. I can't look back on it. I can't reflect on it. All I can tell you, it'd be very hard pressed for anybody to call me out of to go do another seminar or to help with benching. I've lost that. I enjoy, when Young Buck called me. Do you know how important that call was to me? And when Kyle reached out to me, how important it is for me to hear from these two young guys.
Well, I can tell you. I mean, Young Buck's an Army man. He's right up your alley.
I know he is. I talked to, you know what? He is, man, what a great honor to see these young guys coming up.
Sure.
And as I watch them lift, and don't think I'm not going to pop into one of these meets, I'll get my ass on one of these planes here and get out of that ship.
I'm really glad you mentioned that, Lloyd, because I wanted to ask you something when you're done saying what you want to say.
The only thing that I want is all the Hall of Fame guys every year at when we have our December meet. You guys just got to come up for that one meet, man. I will always do something special. I always have special dinners. It'll always be a fucking good time, man. If you guys could all make it up here for that, because I think that's going to be our one time of the year where we can get together. And as we get older and older, we're going to start losing more and more soldiers, and it's not going to be the same. But as we go along with it, that one meet, that December contest, the World Championships, that's gonna be the time that we can all spend together. It'd be a good time.
We got to pass this torch on to these young guys, Bill, and I think you've got a good group of guys there. Just from what I've seen of them, and I love watching the podcast. I'm on there. If I don't see it live, I'm usually on there watching it later. And I see Scott Nutter chiming in every now and again. I consider him a dear friend. I can't say enough good things about the people tuning in and listening. Carpenter, what a class act.
Love the guy.
Go way back with Bill.
One of my favorite dudes.
He's a great guy, man. He's a class act. I love sponsoring his meets back in the day. A lot of people don't really realize that I was a national champion a couple times and one best lifter, but I don't consider myself the caliber of the guys that in this group that I'm with. So I'm honored to be a part of it, and at least I carried on as well as I could. But I tell you what can you do? What's the last thing to say here is, pass it on, guys. Pass it on. Give your knowledge to somebody else in the sport and spend time. But make sure the person you're spending time with understands integrity, ethics, dedication, all the things that it takes to be appreciative of what you're learning from us, because our time is valuable and our time is short on this earth.
Sure.
So help each other, man. and this organization is doing a good job of helping each other.
Hey, so Lloyd, before we let you go, I just wanted to ask you a real quick question. So Bill mentioned it. You're an Army vet. I'm an Army vet. July 3rd, I'm having my Benching for Heroes meet. We're going to give all the money to the Adirondack Vet House.
Which, by the way, last year, there's a local charity around here called the Vet House, and I'll let Young Buck explain that. But they had not received any donations because of the COVID
For months.
The whole year.
Yeah.
They hadn't since January, and we ran a bootleg, like an outlaw style contest outside, and we raised a couple $1,000s for them. And I'll let Young Buck finish.
Yeah. So the Vet House is basically what it's called. They house homeless veterans who are kind of down on their luck, and help them find jobs, get back on their feet, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Yeah, it's they house homeless veterans, give them a place to stay. I know they have some chores they got to do instead of and if they got drug or alcohol problems, they help them take care of that. But basically, they help these homeless veterans get back on their feet, and it's a great charity, and it's run not even a mile from Bill's gym. So we run that charity meet every year, and it'd be cool if you made it.
Well, I will try to make. We're closed 4th of July at our store.
Okay.
So that could be a thing where I could just fly out for a few days. Again, I'll fly in, guys, but then I've got to pretty much. I'll have a short schedule. I have to fly back out on the 4th of July.
It's all good.
Yeah, you can put me down for that. And honestly, let's see what we got for donations. I've been very privileged to be where I'm at in life right now, and maybe we can help with a donation from our store for that, or at least for myself personally, to help with that event. So, I'll be advised of what's being raised for that, what it is, and maybe it's something if I can do a match or whatever.
Okay.
Take a look at it and go from there.
Absolutely.
To help veterans. I'm not, the Wounded Warrior Project, I'm not a big fan of, to be honest with you.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This isn't the Wounded Warrior Project. 100% of the money that we raise goes to
the vets.
Goes to the vets, and they buy food, furniture, toiletries, give them lodging, they find them jobs, Lloyd. This is a very, very good charity. Bob Kellogg, Navy pilot, he's involved in it.
Chris
Barden, who was a tank commander in the Army, graduate of West Point. Nick, he's involved in it. But the wonderful thing is all the money, I donate all the equipment. Rick Koch donates the awards. Nick donates his time, the sound systems, all the stuff that we do. We just donate our time, and we take all the money and we give it to the vet house so that they have this money to be able to give to the to the vets.
All the entry fees. We don't even charge people for a membership fee.
Here, this coin right here, this guy right here, this is Medal of Honor winner Rob Patterson.
Hell yeah!
You were just telling me about that guy.
Rob's grandson works for me at the dealership. The way I met Rob was I saw a vehicle in my parking lot, and everybody's claiming to be this and that, and I finally see a Medal of Honor plate.
Oh wow!
And again, there's only 1,205 really Medal of Honor winners.
Right.
Only 113 are alive.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Rob's grandson, see if I might be able to persuade him to get involved in one of these. What a great speaker he would be. He's been featured with, when you looked at Trump, a lot of Trump's rallies, and he talked about this Medal of Honor winner. That was Rob Patterson with him. So, I don't know what his schedule is or what we can get from him. But, if it's something or paying for a flight for Rob to come up
right,
or whatever, we can work that out. Bill, you and I talked. This is another avenue we'll try. He's quite an impressive guy. He's retired Command Sergeant Major, but again, he is a living Medal of Honor winner. So,
that'd be incredible.
I'm very humbled by this guy in my community. Not many guys humble me. This guy, he shows up. I'm at a few rungs below this man. And then again, we also have the Blue Angels down here. They're seat number 1. Their commander buys his vehicle for his wife from us. Seat number 3 also is as well as a lot of their crew does. So we're holding a lot of military. We're a big Navy base down here. Any Navy pilot that comes into that's a pilot comes from Pensacola. So I'm very interested in helping out Young Buck.
Thank you so much, Lloyd.
We'll stay in touch over the next couple of months and see what we can do to help.
Absolutely, I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much.
No problem, guys.
So we just were informed because there was a car accident that hit the power lines. We got about 15 minutes.
We may
of power.
lose power in about 15 minutes. So
Lloyd, it's been a pleasure and an honor, like always. Thank you for coming on.
Lloyd, I'll talk to you later this week, Ben. I'll get up with you on the phone. Bye, Stephanie. Take care, sweetie.
Have a good night, guys.
Guys, take care, man.
Good night, Lloyd.
Bye, guys.
Wow.
Just to let you know, Lloyd's nickname was the Ranger.
It's
Pretty
awesome.
much the entire time that when we were kids growing up, that's just what we called him. The
awesome.
Ranger.
Awesome
It's fucking
nickname.
awesome. That dude is so fucking badass. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. I love talking to him. Every time he always says some motivating shit.
Do you
It's,
remember
awesome.
at Worlds 2 years ago when he came up and we were doing the podcast? I just wind up talking.
Yeah.
I just wind up just talking to him. I can't even get any work done because we just started. I missed the guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to. It'd be nice to spend about a week with the dude.
Absolutely.
And, but it's tough when you get older to be able to do that. Everybody's got businesses. He runs a big company, and me and you got a business together. I got a business with Bobby. We got the Federation. I got the Barbell Club.
Yep.
It's just everybody's working a lot, and then that's about it.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, that was an honor, privilege, like always, to get to talk to Lloyd. That was awesome. Hope he can make it up for the bench and for his meet. That'd be awesome.
I'm going to tell you,
when you're in the bathroom or whatever, he was mentioning how he knows that Medal of Honor winner. He's like he was going to try to get him up here for that too.
Well, the thing with Lloyd is don't ever like. Not, I don't want to say call him out, but don't ever doubt the dude.
Oh,
because that motherfucker, if you said, "Hey man, I'd really love to have you here. We got doing this, and this," he will. That guy will spend $5,000 to fly up, hang out for a day, make a donation, and fly back home the same fucking day. He's just a fucking bad dude, man. He's just a badass motherfucker, dude. So you won't find a more badass dude than that motherfucker right there.
So with the threat of losing power, we're gonna run through the meet schedule
quickly because they're actually we're watching the trucks outside right now. So
we're gonna run through the meet schedule real quick, and then I'll save the trivia question for next week. It's a good one, so it's all good. So the first meet we got February 6th coming up fast. This is this weekend. We got
if we lose power, it's obviously you know why. So.
Yeah. So there it is. February 6th, the first one, we got the Northeast Power Bowl from Dave Barth, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Full power meet. Also, on February 6th, we have the Los Lobos chapter, Mike Wolf, having his birthday bench bash. After that, we got April 3rd. We got Tormented Force. That's the Meta Militia Australia. First Meta Militia meet ever in Australia.
The country.
Speaking with Meta Militia Australia, I want to give a shout out to one of Chris Skarupka's guys. His name is
Big
Darren.
time.
His name is Darren, and he's having a triple bypass
heart bypass.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, having a quadruple bypass surgery.
My bad.
On Monday.
I said triple. I meant 4.
So we wish him a speedy recovery and get well soon, brother. So I want to give him a shout out for the Australian chapter. You guys are killing it. Darren, get better soon, my man. April 17th, we got Lawton, Oklahoma's Bloodlust Bench Massacre. That is a Nomad and Texas chapter dual meet.
We do have a definitive date.
Yes, and now we have a definitive date. Aaron, don't worry, it's not on there. So for our New York meet that we're running, April 10th, it has been confirmed.
April 10th, it's a full meet.
Yes.
It's our it's called the Full Power Wars.
Yes.
We're going to be running this contest on Saturday, April 10th at the historical Fort William Henry.
Nestled.
We are going to do the nestled and in the bosom. We don't have time tonight because I'm afraid we're going to lose power. But that contest, The Fort William Henry will be offering room rates instead of $500 a night. It's going to be $69 a night. So 69.
Put on my camera.
Put it on Buck's camera. 6'9", Danger Cats, baby. So we're gonna have a $69 a night room rate. It's a full meet. You can do bench only, push pull, whatever you want to do. But
whatever
that is going to be April
10th. That's my grandfather's birthday.
You invite him.
I will.
You're gonna hit his grandson's gonna hit a big, ridiculous big lift. Hopefully over 900 pounds at that meet.
Absolutely. So May 15th, we got the Lone Star chapter running the full power meet down in Odessa, Texas.
Damn. Odessa.
May 22nd, we got the Steel Valley chapter running the Steel Valley Meltdown. They changed the name because I made fun of how lame their name was.
What was it?
It was the Youngstown Powerlifting Championship.
So
they changed it to the Steel Valley Meltdown.
All right.
Fucking Matt Hodge. Kudos to you.
Kudos to you.
And let's
not forget, sir, the Stingray waits.
Thing with the Stingray is
he waits.
So then June 5th. Sorry, I had to.
The fuck are you doing? Let's roll,
we had to
man.
change.
We're gonna fucking lose power in a minute.
June 5th, Central PA. Chris Kitchen and Jesse run the Battleground Push Pull competition. June 13th, we got another Australia meet. We got the Newcastle Rum Rebellion Cup Push Pull. It's gonna be at Hunter Strength.
If there's
Performance
any
in
way,
Australia.
dude, we have got
Make it to one of them.
out to the one. I'll tell you what. If we go. I want to lift him. I've never lifted in Australia. I have to go and hit something, man. Something that starts with a number 8 would be nice, but who knows?
And then when we were talking to Lloyd, I mentioned it. July 3rd, I have the Benching for Heroes charity meet where we're donating
man.
all the money to the vet house.
But it's not just that. Right. It's the second annual.
Yeah. And
we already broke ground, sir.
Annual because it's going to happen every year. Whatever weekend is closest to July 4th.
But we broke ground.
Yes,
we already donated that money.
We're just going to keep raising.
We're going to keep raising the bar, bud.
Hell yeah. So then with the change in the schedule, we got Kyle running nationals now.
Yes.
Not a confirmed date yet, but he is going to run nationals now.
I believe late June.
Okay, late June. Kyle's going to be running nationals, and then I know Rob Farrell just posted
June 19th.
June 19th, Kyle's running nationals. So there it is. So that's yeah, June 19th for nationals. That's
so now
right
Kyle Hines and the High Seas chapter is going to be running nationals this year. I believe the contest is going to be in Whitehall, New York, at the
Whitehall Armory.
At the Armory.
Badass.
It's a 40,000 square foot building.
Historical too, very
badass.
historical.
Birthplace of the United States Navy.
Yes.
Just to let your ass know.
So
in case you didn't.
I didn't get a chance to write it down, but Rob Farrell's running an invitation only meet too.
Badass meet. It's going to be cool.
It's going to be at the same place that he ran it last year.
Bro, he's giving away tons of money. I think he's giving away like 10 or 15
check
grand, man.
out the Meta Militia Facebook page and also his Facebook page if you're wondering when that is. I don't have the date off the top of my head, but we'll have that next week, or just go check it out on Facebook.
Badass, man.
So,
cool.
Yeah, so we'll cover some more cool shit next week when we don't have the threat of losing power. But as for this Friday,
can you fucking believe that? Literally, a guy hit a fucking telephone
not even our fault.
Right in front of the pod, like right outside the door.
Studio.
There's 30, 40 cops out
there.
Who
was it? Aaron or Paul? They're like, holy fuck, that guy! That guy hit a fucking telephone pole.
Well, that would be Skeletor about pooped himself. Oh my god!
Gave me PTSD from
when you crashed your car. What, Aaron? Why were you turning left? I had the arrow. Aaron, there's no arrow.
That's not.
That's really how that happened.
No, I know, but there
was more. Yeah.
There's 2 other sentences that we are not going to say on live air, but that were badass. So, like, really badass.
But yeah, hey guys, we'll like I said, next week when we don't have the threat of losing power, we got some other cool shit to go over, and we got
giveaways. We got all kinds of cool shit, man. So
thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed Lloyd Hemingway like everyone else did.
Yeah, dude, Lloyd's super fucking cool. I wanted to give a shout out to Kenny Sellers and Spud Inc. for doing their donations to the Worlds.
Hell yeah.
Shop Spud Inc. Badass company. They make badass powerlifting shit.
Straps,
wraps, all kinds of stuff. Rob Farrell with the band shirts and the wrist wraps, knee wraps, all the cool shit that Rob Farrell's making. A lot of cool stuff happening in the Metal Militia. A lot of cool club shit going on right now. We're going to actually really get in and dig in and cover a lot of this stuff. Going to have more guests on with our new, the way that we're shooting live now in the studio. It's so much better.
New technology.
The technology is fantastic. But we got a lot of really fucking cool stuff coming up this year. And, it is what it is. So
hey, guys, like I said, we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. And thanks for joining us. See you next week, Metal Militia for life.
Aaron,
take us out, Aaron, brother.